Hey there, Murph here. Thanks for inviting me over for Christmas. The Lone Cowboy hour tonight is just you and me, wherever you live. You may live in Greenland, you may live in the Philippines, you may live in Kansas, might be in Mexico or down South America, wherever you are, it's just us. This particular moment at Christmas time, and it's good to be here. Thanks for leaving me a good cup of coffee. Oh, I see that. Oh, it was the Decatur, Texas Cowboy Church in Pleasant Grove that left me this cup of coffee. It wasn't you, but that's all right. I appreciate this anyway. Maybe it was Santa. I don't know. Well, let's get down to it. I'm going to sing Christmas songs tonight, and the only time I'm going to tell stories is while I'm playing the guitar. And we just kind of roll through the songs. And I just want to say how good it is to be with you for Christmas. I feel kind of like Mr. Rogers right now, you know. What a great show that was. I'm going to start off with a real Texas song here called Riding Up the Christmas Trail. And hope you enjoy it. And from here on out, we're going to just play and sing Merry Christmas to you. Well, the wind is blowing cold down the mountains tipped with snow, lying across the ranges brown and dead, crying through the valley trees that wear the mistletoe, and mourning with the gray clouds overhead. Yet it's sweet with the beat of my little horse's feet. I whistle like the air is warm and blue. I'm riding up the Christmas trail to you, old folks. I'm riding up the Christmas trail to you. Maybe it was good when the whinny of the spring wheeled me to the hopping of the bars, and living in the shadow of a sailing buzzard's wing, and sleeping underneath the roof of stars. But the bright campfire light only dances for a night, and the home fire burns forever, clear and true. So I'm riding up the Christmas trail to you, old folks. I'm riding up the Christmas trail to you. Maybe it was good at the roundup in the fall, when the clouds of ball and dust before us ran, and the pride of rope and saddle was driving of us all to a stretch of nerve and muscle, man to man. But the pride sort of died when the man got weary-eyed. A sleepy boy rode the whole night through, and he dreamed himself along the Christmas trail to you, folks. Dreamed himself along the Christmas trail to you. Coyote's winter howl cuts the dust behind the hill, and the ranch's shining window I can see. And though I don't deserve it, and I reckon I never will, there'll be room beside the fire kept for me. Skip my plate, 'cause I'm late. Let me hit that old kid gate. Tonight I'm stumbling tired of the new. I'm riding up the Christmas trail to you, old folks. I'm riding up the Christmas trail to you. Yes, I'm riding up the Christmas trail to you, old folks. I'm riding up the Christmas trail to you. When I was a little boy, I remember the decorating of the Christmas tree. Some years we'd have to just go down to a lot and buy the tree. Other years we'd go out to Grandpa's place and get a tree right over there in East Texas. It was our own tree that came off of Granddad's land. Oh, we'd hang popcorn and decorations and all kinds of things that Mom had collected over the years on that tree. But the greatest moment was when we put that Christmas star on top. That kind of defined the night. And you know, it also stood for the meaning of Christmas, following that one lone star and meeting the light of the world. How old was I? 5 or 6 or so. The innocent years long ago. Father on a chair, reaching up so far, crowning the tree with that old tin star. And it shines so pretty, diamonds in the sun. Nothing but good things will ever come. Little boy, don't grow up, stay as sweet as you are. So you still gaze and wonder at that old tin star. I grew up, found a place to live. As I unpacked my things, I found a gift. It felt like home, though it'd come so far. For there in my hands was that old tin star. And it shines so pretty, diamonds in the sun. Nothing but good things will ever come. Little boy, don't grow, stay as sweet as you are. So you still gaze and wonder at that old tin star. I have kids of my own, troubles I've had some, cried my tears, and I've had my fun. I climb that chair and I reach out so far, and my son looks up at that old tin star. And it shines so pretty, diamonds in the sun. Nothing but good things will ever come. Little boy, don't grow, stay as sweet as you are. So you still gaze and wonder at that old tin star. How old was I? 5 or 6 or so. The innocent years long ago, and I still gaze in wonder at that old tin star. You know, for a few years, for family reasons, I moved up to Wisconsin. Boy, I really got an education about winter was like over there. A lot of times, cars couldn't go anywhere, but you know, the Amish people, they always made it through everything, because they had those great horses, and they'd just hitch up a sled instead of a buggy hack, and off they go through the snow. One year we got a sled ourselves and hooked it up to our draft horses and kind of joined in the same tradition. It's a great memory. Going to Walmart to shop in a sled. On a winter night, by full moonlight, 2 horses and an open sleigh. Take a ride, a cowboy and his bride, stop for friends along the way. The time is here, waited all year, holiday excitement fills the air. We'll make the hillsides ring, songs we sing, go gliding through the old town square. It's the cowboy way of celebrating Christmas. Come on and ride along beside us for a while. Could there ever be a time as fine as this is? Christmas cowboy style, yodeling in the snow. Yodel, 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 yodel. Christmas cowboy style. So on we go in the falling snow to warm ourselves by Grandpa's fire. The family gathered around the tree, all singers in a country choir. There'll be gifts handmade, reins of rawhide braid, saddle blankets woven red and white. It's working gear you use all year. You remember Christmas night. It's the cowboy way of celebrating Christmas. Come on and ride along beside us for a while. Could there ever be a time as fine as this is? Christmas cowboy style, yodeling in the snow. Yodel, 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 yodel. Christmas cowboy style, yodeling in the snow. Yodel, 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 yodel. It's Christmas cowboy style. Yeah. The Lone Cowboy Hour tonight was pre-recorded, but after I finished all of my segments, I had not yet received this next video. I just got it in, so that's why what you're seeing is a little bit different scene than you've seen in the rest of the videos. I'm working on the Christmas tree here, and I want to welcome Andy Hedges. Andy Hedges is one of my favorite solo acoustic performers. He's a young fellow from Lubbock, Texas, who's carrying on the real cowboy music tradition. I'm a big fan of him. Please welcome Andy Hedges, and Merry Christmas.
Here's a poem written by the great cowboy artist Charles M. Russell. A gift can't be valued by measure nor pound, nor counting the coin it cost. A tune from a fiddle's a mighty sweet gift, but 'tain't long left the bow till it's lost. The ear lost the music, but the heart held the sound and corralled all the goodness it meant. 'Twas a gift from the heart without measure nor pound, and it didn't cost a giver a cent. Love is a giver of gifts, and friendship is husky mate. And it's the slices of heart that you get with a gift that gives any gift its weight. Merry Christmas. Here's a Cowboy Christmas song for you, written by my friend Andy Wilkinson from A True Story. I rode in from the Company M on the day of the Christmas ball. Outside the East Main livery, I howdied Dr. Hall. The norther it was blowing in, the snow had begun to fall. Still Doc was saddling up to ride on the day of the Christmas ball. Say, Doc, where'd you find such a frown on the day of the Christmas ball? He hollered back, diphtheria, it'll take our children all. The medicine's in Dalhart Town, damn this winter squall. I've 100 miles to ride on the day of the Christmas ball. Well, my horse was fresh and I was young on the day of the Christmas ball. Besides that, them children taken sick had need of Dr. Hall. I allowed as I could make his run, I had the wherewithal to make that desperation ride on the day of the Christmas ball. Well, that norther rolled in like a train on the day of the Christmas ball. All the world a whirling white the time I hit the draw. The wind so rains a flat terrain, 'twould hold you in its thrall. But I had reason for my ride on the day of the Christmas ball. Did not sing or trim the tree on the day of the Christmas ball. I never heard them banjos ring or heard the fiddlers call. I kept the wind behind me, I did not slow or stall. Bless baby Jesus, I did ride on the day of the Christmas ball. I weren't no hero nor a fool on the day of the Christmas ball. Just a puncher boy with work to do for the helpless and the small. Hold your tongue with the golden rule, but when your needs befall, let a cowboy make your glory ride on the day of the Christmas ball. Merry Christmas, Murph.
I still recall that Christmas night, the tops of the mountains capped with white, and the stars so bright they seemed to blaze as the foothills were swimming in a silver haze. It was Christmas back then for the rich and the poor, and every ranch had an open door. And the old cowboy who came on a company horse, well, he was treated the same as the owner of the boss. Nobody seemed to have a care. You was in among friends, partner, you wasn't there. Sometimes an old drifter had come riding in. We always kind of wondered where he'd been. And then the years went on and on, we always wondered where that old drifter had gone. I heard the bells on Christmas Day, Their old familiar carols play, and wild and sweet the words repeat. Peace on the earth, goodwill to men. And thought is how the day had come that the belfries of all Christendom had rolled along the unbroken song of peace on earth, goodwill to men, till ringing, singing on its way, the world revolved from night to day. A voice, a chime, a chant sublime, a peace on earth, goodwill to men. And then from each accursed mouth the cannons thundered in the south, and with the sound the carols drowned of peace on earth, goodwill to men. And it was as if an earthquake rent the heartstones of a continent, and made forlorn the households born of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Then in despair I bowed my head. There is no peace on this earth, I said, for hate is strong and it mocks the song of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Then pealed the bells more loud and deep. God is not dead, nor doth he sleep. Wrong shall fail and the right prevail, with peace on earth, goodwill to men. And wild and sweet the words repeat, peace on the earth, goodwill to men. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow wrote that poem in 1863. He found out that his son had been nearly mortally wounded. They thought possibly paralyzed. That was the Civil War. Times were hard then, the brother against brother and family against family. And of course, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow was worried about his son Charlie, and he was angry. But then he heard the bells pealing all around the town, and he realized that God always has a purpose, and that his son was fighting for a noble cause. To get the peace of knowing that the United States of America was united again, and slavery would be ended forever. wrong shall fail and the right prevail, with peace on earth, goodwill to men. I remember when I was a kid growing up in the 1950s that I thought we were rich because we got so much time with our parents and we had a nice warm house. I didn't know that there were rich neighborhoods and people that had a whole lot more than us or anything about the outside world. I was just a happy kid growing up in Texas. You know, I was right. Christmas is about giving and about gifts, but the real essence of it, as it comes from the original story, is about the Holy Family going to pay their taxes in a little town called Bethlehem. And they couldn't even find a place to stay, so they had to stay out in a barn, basically, in a stable. And yet, they were happy. What a great story from the Bible, and what a good thing to remind us what Christmas is really about. Thinking about those that have passed, those that we can't be with, those who loved us for all those years, and those that are with us now, and those that will be. And even though it may just be you and me here tonight, celebrating Christmas, we can think of all that. And those are all blessings. Christmas blessings. Was it rough year for our roughnecks children? Hard times and harder living. We moved when the rent come due, and it come due once a week. That year in late December, found us in an old house trailer west of Odessa, near a town they called No Trees. Too poor to pay attention, Daddy lived on good intentions. He intended Christmas to be just what we believe. He drove to the town in the company pickup, and when he didn't have sawbuck for the price of a Christmas tree, brought back a tumbleweed. Christmas Eve in No Trees, Texas, wind blowing through the cactus. Santa Claus was a rich kid's saint, poor kid's dream. I'd trade every fancy present I ever had or ever will get for the night of the tumbleweed Christmas tree. Daddy set it on the dining table. Mama made a newsprint angel, ornaments of tinfoil scraps, buttons on a string. And it took us all night to decorate it. When we got home, I have to say that it was the prettiest tumbleweed I'd ever seen. Wind rocked the trailer like a cradle, sang our Christmas carols, sitting on the sofa on the duct tape naga hide. And Daddy looked proud as a big city banker, Mama trying hard to be thankful. But looking at that tumbleweed, she laughed until she cried. Christmas Eve in No Trees, Texas, wind blowing through the cactus. Santa Claus was a rich kid's saint and a poor man's dream. And I'd give every fancy present for everything I ever will get for the night of tumbleweed Christmas tree. I'd give every fancy present and everything I ever will get for the night of that tumbleweed Christmas tree. I was just 6, going on 7. Being poor was an education. And that night I learned a lot about just what Christmas means. It means love and it means loving. It means money don't mean nothing. It means a tumbleweed can make a Christmas tree. Christmas Eve in no trees, Texas, wind blowing through the cactus. Santa Claus was a rich kid's saint, a poor kid's dream. But I'd trade every fancy present I ever had or ever will get for the night of that tumbleweed Christmas tree. For the night of that tumbleweed Christmas tree. I was 6, going on 7. Well, most of us have someplace to go on Christmas Eve. I'm glad you decided to ride your virtual horse in to see us tonight on the Lone Cowboy Hour. Just sit there and pretend that you just tied up your horse outside. Maybe somebody came to get that horse, put it in the barn, or you put it in the barn yourself. Walk in and shook off the snow, sat down here in the cabin by the fire, and it's just us. Welcome home. Riding home on Christmas Eve, rolling along with a tumbleweed. The winter wind is cold and strong, still it pushes me along and sings a song, homecoming song, on Christmas Eve as I ride for home. On Christmas Eve they say the beast Christmas Eve can't even speak, so they believe. Thought I heard in an old coyote's throat, trembling, sad, and a lonesome note. He calls me home on Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve, I ride for home on Christmas Eve. I'm riding home Christmas Eve, rolling along with a tumbleweed. The winter wind is cold and strong, still it pushes me along and sings a song, homecoming song, on Christmas Eve. Welcome home, partner. Merry Christmas. I guess I'd be remiss if I didn't sing the song that kind of started my whole Cowboy Christmas tour that I do every year, which I didn't get to do in 2020, but, brought on a lot of things that I probably wouldn't have thought of, like doing this show and spending Christmas right here with you at home by the old fireplace. So it's really great to just accept whatever comes along. And this song is a great one because it's about a dance that happened in 1885 when a fellow who was a newspaper writer and something of a traveling salesman happened to come through a little place called Anson, Texas, which is actually a pretty big place at the time. It was kind of the agricultural hub of that part of West Texas. and they had a big Christmas dance there that was really a wedding. He went to it. Now, he was a New Yorker. He'd never seen anything like this. And when he saw those cowboys dancing with those ladies with long dresses on, and occasionally their spurs or their boots would get caught in the ladies' dresses or whatever, it was pretty amusing. So he wrote this great song. Now, it started off as a poem, became famous all over the world, and then it was set to music. By 1890s, everybody knew the poem and knew the song. And they kept this tradition alive in Anson for many, many years. And they're still doing that today. And even though this year, 2020, it is not being held, I honor their tradition by singing it right now, and hope that you'll write down that you want to get to the Texas Cowboys Christmas Ball in Anson, Texas in 2021. Just go on our website, you'll find out about what it's all about, and I think you'll enjoy it. Now way out in West Texas, where the Clear Fork waters flow, where the cattle are browsing and the Spanish ponies grow, where the northers come a-whistling and the old dust devils roll, and the prairie dogs are sneezing and freezing from the cold, where the lonesome tawny prairies melt into the airy streams, and the double mountains slumber in heavenly kind of dreams, where the antelope are grazing and the lonesome plovers call. It was there that I attended the Cowboys Christmas Ball. Where the music was a fiddle and a lively tambourine, and a big bass violin imported by stage from Abilene, and the room was topped out gorgeous with mistletoe and shawls, and the candles flickered frescoes all around them airy walls, and the women folk looked lonesome and the boys looked kind of treed, till the leader commenced to yelling, "Hey boys, let's all stampede," and the music started sighing and wailing through the hall as a kind of introduction to the Cowboys Christmas Ball. Well, the leader was a fella that come from Swinson's Ranch. They called him Windy Bill from Little Dead Man's Branch. When he commenced to holler, "Now fellas, stake your pen, lock horns with all them heifers and rustle 'em just like men. Salute them lovely critters, now swing 'em and let 'em go. Climb the grapevine round and round, boys all do-si-do. You mavericks join this roundup, skip the waterfall." Hey, it was getting happy at the Cowboys Christmas Ball. Well, the boys was a little bit skittish, and the ladies was powerful neat. That big bass violin music made us jump in with both feet. That wailin' frisky fiddle I never will forget, and Windy Bill kept singing, and I believe I hear him yet. Oh yes, boys, chase some squirrels, cut 'em to the side. Doc Hollis to the center, now cross Pete Charlie's bride. Purr round them gentle kittens, now rope and balance all. Hey, it was getting happy at the Cowboys Christmas Ball. Well, the dust rose fast and furious, and we all just gathered round, till the scenery got so dizzy, a few old cowboys fell down. We buckled to our partners and told them to hold on, and we shook our hooves like lightning until the early dawn. Don't tell me about cotillions, line dancing, no siree. That dance in Anson City till takes the cake from me. Oh boys, I won't forget it, and I often will recall that lively gated soiree called the Cowboys Christmas Ball. Oh no, I won't forget it, the Cowboy's Christmas ball. Woo! Now, a lot of people say, gosh, Murph, it's real happy kind of dancing around song. It's about a dance. I mean, what in the world are you singing about that at a holy time like Christmas? Well, the old-time Jewish tradition is that when you have a holy day, that is a time for a celebration, for a feast, because you're celebrating all the good things God has given you. And our Christmas tradition comes from that. The word holiday comes from holy day. Let's don't ever forget that. You know, cowboys and cattle don't know holidays. Sometimes in a snowstorm, the cattle get lost. That happened to me many times when I was ranching out in Taos, New Mexico, across the Rio Grande Gorge. But you know, the Native Americans in that area, even though my cattle were on their land, they were nice to me. I was in the arroyo, gathering the strays. Cowboys and cattle don't get holidays. I would have been finished, except for one little guy who kept leading me farther away. Crossed over the mesa, through the ravine, past the Indian ruins and the muddy red stream. Guess I was dreaming, I was bone tired. I guess I started to dream. I saw 3 painted ponies, 3 dark-skinned men, masks made of clay, voices like wind, singing, we seek the soul of all that is good, come bearing corn, water, and wood, stop and behold all that is good. Give thanks for the corn, water, and wood. Now I'm an old trail hand, and I've always believed that your boots and your saddle are all that you leave. No miracles happen, no angels appear, but you know there were 3 men standing there. Shook myself over, must have been asleep. That's 3 Indian children tending their sheep. They sang, Merry Christmas, mister, brought me my stray, as their voices rang through the mesquite. We seek the soul of all that is good, come bearing corn, water, and wood, stop and behold all that is good. Give thanks for the corn, water, and wood. We seek the soul of all that is good, come bearing corn, water, and wood, stop and behold all that is good. Give thanks for the corn, water, and wood. We 3 kings of Orient are, bear we traverse afar, field and fountain, moor and mountain, following yonder star. Star of wonder, star of night, star of royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. Frankincense to offer have I, incense homes a deity nigh, prayer and praising, all men raising, worship Him, God Most High. Star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. Myrrh is mine, its bitter perfume breathes the life of gathering gloom, sorrowing, sighing, bleeding, dying, sealed in the stone cold tomb. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. We three kings of Orient are, bearing gifts, we traverse afar, field and fountain, moor and mountain, following yonder star. You thought about how the three kings were part of a group of magi, wise men. And you know they didn't all come from the same place. They must have met somewhere, because they all lived in different countries, in some cases thousands of miles away. They knew that when that star appeared, they'd be following yonder star. Merry Christmas indeed. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't have the money to even buy one present this year. Maybe in other years it was the same way. My family went through years like that where we all kind of just drew straws to decide who we were going to give that one present to. A lot of times that's all we could afford. We draw names out of a hat, and whatever name you got, you bought that person a present. You didn't have to buy them for everybody. Some years, we just got one present, and that was it. Because Dad couldn't afford anything more than that. And you know, we were doing all right. I know a lot of people around the world were not getting anything. So again, let's don't always make presents the point of Christmas. Let's make the point of it the gift of Jesus Christ, who came at Christmas to become the light of the world, forgive us of our sins. If we make it through December, things are gonna be alright, I know. It's the coldest part of winter, and I tremble when I see falling snow. If we make it through December, maybe be in a warmer town come summertime. If we make it through December, if we make it through December, we'll be fine. Got laid off at the factory, and their timing's not the greatest in the world. Lord knows I've been working hard. Want Christmas to be right for Daddy's girl. I don't mean to hate December. I know it's supposed to be the happy time of year. But you know, I want to give my little girls some Christmas cheer. If we make it through December, things are gonna be alright, I know. It's the coldest part of winter, and I tremble when I see falling snow. If we make it through December, maybe we'll be in a warmer town come summertime. We make it through December. If we make it through December, we'll be fine. We'll make it through December. We'll keep on going. You know, I'm thinking about what Will Rogers said 90 years ago. Here we've been through what we think is a rough 2020, but gosh, 1929 was the stock market crash. Everybody thought the world had come to an end. People were broke and didn't have jobs. People had just come through the worst pandemic in the history of America. Will Rogers had the good sense to say, when 1930 went by, he said, you know, nothing was figured right in 1930. It was a year of overestimation and underestimation. Optimism was overrated, and pessimism was underrated. We're going to make it through December. Merry Christmas.
I'm on a rundown, I'm out running sundown. I'm thinking I'm on the right track. I'm writing a song as I'm riding along, keeping the sun at my back. Big horse trailer and truck, I can make my own luck as I ride through the sand and the sage. 'Cause it gives me a rush to be busting the brush, acting about half my age. Lone cowboy, I'm doing my best. Lone cowboy, I go everywhere west. Lone cowboy, with my old campfire song. Lone cowboy, giddy up, get along. good ponies, blacks, bays, and blues.